Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Andre here with you again. Ross Andre, of course, team owner of SF. My Foot Hurts. The concept, once again, as my opponent from last week just found out, the name SF, the San Francisco logo, stands for sore foot. The team is called My Foot Hurts. My opponent last week, Jason, he didn't understand the name. He didn't get the concept. He thought it was a rather uninspired name. But the reason why My Foot Hurts is because I kick so much ass. I kick ass. Jason understands this now, as is evident by the 137.42 to 78.22 defeat I handed him. That's pretty much an obliteration. Let's see exactly what happened and why my foot hurt so much last week. My starting quarterback was Mr. Peyton Manning, a fantasy stud. He accounted for 29.32 points in the victory, of course. The team lost. However, Peyton did his work for me, got me some numbers. Chris Johnson, running back extraordinaire, accounted for 27 points as well in a win over Oakland. Arian Foster, it's a bomb squad, I know, that's why my foot hurts. Arian Foster did his business. I think he scored 3 touchdowns in the victory. He accounted for 41.8 points in the victory for me. And my other players, Brandon Marshall, a little shaky in his debut, only accounted for 5.3. Deshaun Jackson, he only accounted for 3 points, struggled a bit. And Santana Moss. So maybe I'll do some work at the wide receiver position. I've got to massage that position a little bit better and perhaps make some changes for next week. But judging by the score, they did me just fine last week, and I'm sure that Jason will tell you so. Hi, Jason. Also, Vernon Davis was my tight end last week. He accounted for 7.3 points. Iffy too. Stephen Gostkowski of New England, they scored 38 points, and he accounted for 8 points for me. And the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, my homeboys, Pittsburgh, all right, champions 2008, 6-time champions, by the way. They accounted for 8 points in a victory over Atlanta. They scraped by, but a win is a win, and 8 points is 8 points. So I'm 1-0 in this league. Again, Jason is 0-1. He needs to understand. Players in this league need to understand the concept. My foot hurts. Again, it's because I kick ass. Now let's fast forward to next week. I think I play one of my favorite people in the whole world. Her name is Holly. Hi, Holly. How are you? She and I, we go way back. We've got a little bit of experience together in previous leagues. Conan the Librarian is the name. She's female, so I prefer to call her Conanette. No disrespect. I like librarians. I like them very much based on the success I've had against librarians in leagues past. But let's see what's in store. This week here, I've got Peyton Manning starting for now. These are subject to change. But I think that against the Giants at home, that's a pretty good matchup for me. Expect some big numbers from Peyton. Also, because they lost last week, I think they'll be a little more intense this week. And again, Peyton will do his normal Peyton thing. You've got Chris Johnson at the running back. They're playing at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Pittsburgh has a very tough defense, as we all know. But I still think that Chris Johnson at home is a very good start against a tough defense. I've got some other options. Well, no, I don't. Ryan Grant is out for the season, apparently. And Pierre Thomas is on the road against San Francisco. I think I'll still go with the defending rushing champion from last year, Chris Johnson against Pittsburgh. It's still a pretty good matchup, I believe. Also, Arian Foster, you got to run with the man while he's hot. 3 touchdowns last week. We'll see what he can do in Washington this weekend against a very tough, stingy defense. But I like that start. Donald Driver is at home against Buffalo for Green Bay, of course. I like that right now. Wes Welker, I may start him. I was kind of leery about him last week. Didn't start him because, of course, he was coming off of that surgery. However, Wes Welker shows that he is back. And trust me, if Wes Welker at this wide receiver position for me can do well or continue to do well, my foot's going to hurt an awfully great deal at the expense of Miss Holly. Also, let's see what else here. Deshaun Jackson is on the road against Detroit. If you've got Deshaun Jackson in your fantasy league, be a little bit leery because there's a situation in Philadelphia right now. This is my hometown, Philadelphia. A situation where you've got Michael Vick starting. Now, he does his thing, of course, but he does his thing more so on the ground. He's not the best passer. That's not what he's known for. So if Deshaun Jackson is on your team, you can start him. Don't expect too much because you know Mike Vick might just take off, knuckle up when he's in trouble rather than throw the ball downfield. But I may start him. I might bring in Brandon Marshall. We'll see, or perhaps Robert Meacham. As you know, Robert Meacham is my QB. Hold on. phone call. That's my baby. 1 second. Hey, let me call you back in about 2 minutes. Okay, bye-bye. We'll talk about that later. Also, let's see, what else? So indeed, Deshaun Jackson may not get the start for me. We'll see, because I'm not confident about the whole situation with them passing. Also, Vernon Davis is my tight end. I like that. He's a beast, as you know. They're home against New Orleans, so by all means, if Vernon Davis is on your team, give him the start. Stephen Gostkowski is on the road against New York Jets. From a kicker standpoint, again, I think that he's a good play if he's on your team, simply because New England, they scored a lot of points last week, but the Jets have a tough defense, so they might stall the Patriots in the red zone, which means that there could be some field goal opportunities for Gostkowski. And lastly, the Steelers. That's my team. As you know, I bleed black and gold, but they're on the road against Tennessee. They'll probably get the start because they've got a tough defense. I might look and see what else might be out there. And that's the thing about fantasy football. You can't be a homer. If you're a homer, you're going to go home because you're going to rely too heavily on your favorite team. Pittsburgh is tough defensive-wise. However, with Chris Johnson and with an improving Vince Young improving, it might be a tough play, so we'll see what happens. So that's how things shape up for me right now. The 1-0 team, my foot hurts. Also, I just want to give one more shout out to Conan, the librarian. Holly, hello again. Oh, you lost last week. My bad. She lost last week. I don't know why she plays fantasy football. I really have no disrespect, but I have no idea why she plays fantasy football. You would think that librarians would have book reading contests or something, or I don't know what librarians do in their spare time. But apparently this one likes to play fantasy football. I don't know. You got a lot of books there to research. Maybe she can get out of this slump in terms of losing to me, which I'm sure she would love to do. But I'll leave that alone. Holly, good luck. Best wishes. Also, be sure to keep following us on NFL.com. Ross Andre, SF, my foot hurts. I'm out.